Alright, welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to discuss Chapter 8 of Magic of Thinking Big, which discusses how to utilize your attitudes. The exact quote is, make your attitudes your allies for the title. But I'm just going to title this pretty much, how to utilize your attitudes. So the thing about it is this. Everybody that you know has an attitude. And your attitude is the way in which we can be like Professor Xavier or Jean. We can read people's mind with how they act. The thing with it is this. If you're able to, we all do it unconsciously, meaning when we see somebody, we judge their body language, we judge how they talk to us, their tonality, their posture, everything. And we look at it and we make a definition of who this person is. Is he arrogant? Is he humble? Is he meek? Is he gullible? Is she a loose girl? Is she a good person? Is she a religious, dogmatic woman? That's the thing. So we all have our own interpretations of people and things around us based upon their attitude toward us specifically. Meaning it doesn't mean that our characterization of them is correct, but it does mean that their attitude that they conveyed gave us a certain image of them that will last probably a lifetime. So you need to think about that with how you treat people, and how you treat people is based upon your attitude. He gave like 3 examples into how you can actually do that. I'm about to go back into the book. I just finished this, like I said, chapter 8, guys. But I really view this part as important just because he actually talks a lot about having the proper attitude in regards to like service first. So let's start with that one. He talks about how when you have a job, you need to give service first, meaning we can't always expect to get promotions and raises and everything that we want without providing the service. A lot of people, like for instance day traders in the NASDAQ or SP 500, they'll go and they want to make the millions of bucks that the hedge fund managers are making, but they don't want to put in the work that the hedge fund managers made. That's conveyed through their attitude. It's entitled. And these veterans are going to look at them like, you're just entitled. You just want things that you do not deserve as of yet, and in turn you do not work as hard as we did to get what we want. You need to have a relationship with your attitude that you know what you're conveying to your seniors, your juniors, the people on the same level as you at all times. If you have the attitude of service first, you're going to have the attitude of, okay, I need to provide value in turn to receive value. What's the value to you? Is it money? Is it recognition? Is it respect? That's a question you have to ask yourself. What exactly is it that you want, and how in turn what do you plan on giving to get it? Everything in this world demands sacrifice. If you want to get muscular, you want to have big biceps, you got to do some forearm curls, you got to go under the bench, you got to do some push-ups. You got to be able to sacrifice your comfort zone and get in that uncomfortable zone, which is pain, to get what you want. And the people that are used to going through pain have that type of attitude where it's like, oh, I don't deserve this thing. I don't deserve that Lamborghini, or I don't deserve that six-pack, or I don't deserve that hot girl because I haven't put in the work. I haven't provided the value. I didn't put service first, meaning I have to serve to lead. I have to serve to receive. And that's what he's trying to get across there. Your attitudes can be your allies, but with most people, your attitudes are working against you because it's not about having a positive attitude. It's about being realistic and using your attitudes in a sense of utility, like how you'd use a screwdriver to take out a screw out of a wall. You're not just going to go to the wall with a screwdriver and just say, oh, let me just take that nail out. You're going to say, okay, well, which way do I need to go? Clockwise or counterclockwise? What am I doing here? And you're going to have the proper attitude towards it because you're observing the situation and seeing what needs to be done. This continues on to the next point of the chapter where he says, you need to have the attitude of an important person. And we've discussed this in prior chapters as well, but he brings it back up again because this is the whole magic of thinking big. You need to view yourself as an important person. An important person, even if they're working for a minimal wage, will still look at themselves like $1 million man or woman. They're going to look at themselves and say, I am the effing man or woman, and I'm going to put forth my service because I know I'm important, and I'm going to prove that I'm important through my service. Does that make sense, guys? Meaning you need to have the attitude of I'm important, and I'm going to prove my importance through the service that I provide, whether that's through my business, through being a good employee, through being a good son or daughter, through being a good student, through being a good mentor, being a good teacher, being a good athlete. It could be anything of that list, but you need to have that sense of urgency where you're saying, my attitude is, I'm important, here's a service I'm going to provide, and that's what proves it in the physical realm that I'm important. It's already up here, but once it's up here, you're going to perform. Your body is going to do the rest. You're going to be that person, and people are going to recognize you for it. So it's really, really important. I think he does bring up something else. There's a lot of anecdotals in the chapter 8 where he's just talking more so about just like examples of college professors, etc. I'm not going to say it's not important, guys, but what I am going to say is that I just view this as more of, yeah, you can look at it for the examples, but I really think that everybody's an individual and that the examples that were in the 1950s aren't going to affect you as much now. You're better off looking at my video and saying, well, okay, here's the kind of attitude I need to have, providing a service, proving myself as important, and then you got it from there. Okay? So if you guys have any questions whatsoever regarding it, please just leave a comment for me. Like, subscribe, holla at me. I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Thanks.